Kelly able to get away from one, now into the corner.
You notice Carroll does a nice job of clogging the paint. They communicate well on defense, and twice, though, they've let people drive in for uncontested layups.
Kelly missed the first 2 tries. He won't get a crack at a third as Falkenberg has the rebound, but Mack quickly goes to the full court press, and Carroll flings it all the way to the front court. Baseline cut. Duff got his man in the air, couldn't finish through contact, but he's able to get his own miss.
He was worried more about the contact than the shot.
And another missed layup on the drive. That was Carter Mullins, but a foul against Carroll will send it back to Maconaquah.
So I believe in a couple possessions, that's 2 or 3 offensive rebounds. They're going to start making those layups.
Foul was against Mullins, and each team with an early foul here in the first. Students have packed out tonight from both sides, with Maconaquah leading early here in the first. Ball slithers his way in, off a 1 foot, short. And the Carroll student section lets him hear it. Hale lost it, able to get it back. As Falkenberg from the mid-post. Pitch down to the cutter. Lytle had his pocket picked. And good hustle from Lytle to make Ball's life a little bit difficult, 84 feet from the basket. But, Coach, both teams probably not as efficient around the hoop as they'd want from 5 feet and in.
No, it seems like both teams a little jittery. We've missed, 4 or 5 layups here, and we're a little bit more than 2 minutes into the game. But notice the attention that Ball is attracting on this end of the court. There's always one person on him, 2 people close by looking his way. He took a kind of an off-balance shot last possession, and now he's going to be at the free throw line.
Lytle called for the foul. Ball 81% from the stripe, and he's on the board for the first time tonight. The 12 points he scored against Northwestern last Thursday was the first time, and his lowest scoring total of the season was just the second time in the last 2 years that he's been held to less than 20 points in an outing.
Yeah, you don't average 29 points a game by accident.
3-point lead. Falkenberg and Carroll to break the press, and there's a made layup for the Cougars and their top scorer. Devin Murray and the Braves quickly up the floor. 15th ranked team in Class 3A.
I think what Mac's trying to do is get the pace of the game a little faster, hence the full court pressure. They're trying to speed up Carroll, and last time it worked out for a layup for the Cougars.
Murray with the mid-range, back to a 3-point lead for Mac. Almost a dangerous pass. Oh, look at the pretty save by Kelly behind the back, but it went right to Hale of Carroll. Pitch to Falkenberg, and he's got 4 in a row for the Cougars.
They're doing a nice job on internal passing, or interior passing, I should say. That's 2 or 3 nice passes. They've converted the last 2.
Ball drawing the eyes of both Duff and Falkenberg. Drives, and a wonderful mood from Josiah Ball. He's got 4. Driving against the full court press, and another missed layup, this time by Mullins. Mack throws it away as Duff enters the passing lane. Up to Falkenberg, a head fake. He's too strong with it.
He should have just shot it. He was.
Duff on the reach in.
So, what's interesting about tonight is we have a lot of referees in the stands, and you can hear the boos and the ahs from the student section. I'm sure there's some adults chiming in too, but we have a lot of referees tonight. Obviously,
the problem is they're not wearing the right attire.
Obviously, only 3 of them have whistles.
Ball pushed by Duff, and if that's on Duff, that's his second one in the last handful of seconds.
You notice how aggressive the last 3 or 4 times down the court, Ball has been moving to the basket with the ball.
So that does go against Duff as he exits for Kaysen Fellows. So Duff, the second leading scorer for Carroll, 2 quick fouls. Not even halfway home yet in the opening stanza, and Maconaquah's a foul away from going into the bonus. Missed layups have been the story here early on. Fall-away jump shot by A.J. Kelly. Almost stolen by Mack. Lytle able to rip it away. Goes right in for a tough layup.
Carroll's got to be careful on these cross-court horizontal passes. You want to either look up the sideline or you want to look diagonal. But anytime you're getting horizontal, it's usually a layup going the other way.
Duff bounces to Fellows after the ball miss. Tried to thread the needle unsuccessfully was Hale. Stolen by Ball. Here comes Mack the other way, leading by 3. His dribble's poked away by Lytle. The Mack fans want a foul. You can see them on the opposite side of your screen. Falkenberg couldn't haul it in. As Hale tried to deflect it off of an opponent, it goes off of his hand last.
Falkenberg needs to take his time on the layups. He's missed 2 or 3 already. He's not getting balanced, and he's rushing himself, but he'll settle down. He's too good a ball player to be missing layups like that.
Timeout on the floor. Try and see who called that timeout. I'd like to remind you that tonight's game is brought to you by Day and Genda Funeral Home. With locations in Frankfort, Flora, Mulberry, and Rossville, the compassionate and experienced staff at Day and Genda Funeral Home are dedicated to providing a loving and genuine environment for you to honor your loved one. For more information on our services and community involvement, please visit dayandgenda.com. Day and Genda Funeral Homes, where we put family first.
Well, Coach Burris has to be excited about the pace of the game. You know, they've given up a couple of layups to Carroll on the press, but the speed of the game, the transition part is really favoring the Braves at this point in time, because Carroll's only used to scoring 56 points a game, and it's a little bit of a track meet right now, which definitely favors the Braves.
Yeah, Maconaquah moving it up the floor at a breakneck pace, particularly with this guy at the handles and A.J. Kelly. Off the ball, Carroll went for the steal. Ball goes right to the rim, and he goes up and over a defender for 2 more.
Really good body control to finish that without having an offensive foul.
Colby Butcher into the game here for Carroll, stolen away by Fuddy Kyle. Starting 5 remaining on the floor for Maconaquah. They'll play this bunch for the majority of the night, and the long 3 goes down. Three-point basket there for Maconaquah, looked to be by Fuddy Kyle. Actually make it Landon Adams on the triple. First 3 for him the night came in just 27%.
So Carroll has to do a better job against the press, coming to meet the ball and getting crisp passes so that their teammate can do something with the ball once they get it. But the Braves are gambling at every opportunity to steal the pass, and fortunately for them, they've gotten a couple layups.
Nice move there from Duff off the handoff from Falkenberg. Just couldn't get the finish. Kelly fires the 3 over Falkenberg. No good, but Carroll unable to gather in the rebound. Kelly, pass down low. Kyle, reverse layup, gets the bounce. And just like that, a lead that was once 3 is now ballooned up to 10 here for Maconaquah. They're on a 7-0 run. Butcher, patient, too strong.
This press is really bothering Carroll.
Pass pinged around, and a 3 is down the hatch for Maconaquah and Devin Murray. And timeout on the floor here with 2:04 remaining in the first. If you need quality work from a qualified company, then look no further than Tornado Roofing. We offer free estimates, financing, even handle insurance claims. Give us a call at 765-670-6440 or visit tornadoroof.com for more information.
Well, as we've seen, you know, Ball has gotten to the basket at will most of the first quarter. Maconaquah has 4 players that average over 8 points a game, and they can just shoot the ball. They're shooting 31% from the three-point line, 53% from the two-point line, and only 68% from free throw. But those are pretty good stats for a basketball team that's scoring at all 3 levels. And you notice they're sharing the ball. Obviously, Ball is the go-to, but you can see some other kids can knock down some shots.
Yeah, we just saw Murray hit that 3 that forced the Carroll timeout. A lot of pitch-back 3s in transition after Mack has been pushing it up the floor with great pace. And that was one of the keys to the game, Coach. You mentioned pace, and right now that's definitely favoring Maconaquah here in a big way.
Well, the press was they started at the outset of the game, but now they've picked up the pressure a little bit. They're starting to trap a little more. They're gambling on passes, and has led to some fast break opportunities for the Braves. Carroll's just got to do a better job of taking care of the basketball.
2:04 left to go here in the first. Carroll needs a basket in the worst way possible. They got a 2-pointer their last points to make it a 10-7 hole. Since then, it's been 10 unanswered by the Braves of Maconaquah.
And they switched up the press. Now they're in a man-to-man. They were in a little 2-2-1.
Big block coming in by Kelly. as Mullins was trying to worm his way through. Ball right to the rim, no good. Putback doesn't go for Kvuddy Kyle. And then Ball came back and tried to pick Lytle's pocket from behind, got more shoulder than Ball, and a foul against Josiah Ball.
Yeah, I think that was a little frustration. He missed the layup and then committed a foul in the backcourt, which probably not the best thing to do, but sometimes frustration gets the best of you.
Lytle dealing it in front of his own bench. Again, there's the full court press for Maconaquah. They have been full court pressing Carroll since the opening tip tonight.
You notice Eli's been taken out of the game a little bit here with the pressure.
Duff, an aggressive move after almost losing it near midcourt, and he'll go to the line for a pair.
So Falkenberg has to make himself more of a target, maybe at the top of the key or on the low post, because he's averaging 19 points a game. He needs to get the ball and finish to get Carroll back in the ball game.
We mentioned the bench production would be key tonight. Well, that's the second foul against Josiah Ball from Maconaquah, and so now a little sliver of light coming through here for Carroll against this real blistering Maconaquah offensive onslaught tonight. Ball stays in there with the 2 fouls as Duff knocks down both freebies.
Yeah, and Duff's averaging 15 points a game, so they're going to need some key contributions from him.
Final 90 seconds of the first stanza that Maconaquah has dominated. Ball dances. Fouled as he's falling away, and that'll be the 5th one against Carroll here in quarter 1.
Yeah, Carroll went to a little 2-3 zone that time to slow down the pace of the game. Trouble with the zone is it's a little more difficult to rebound because you're not matched up with somebody to block out. Tends to lead to some long rebounds and some putback either layups or kick out threes.
First of 2 for Josiah Ball.
Yeah, he only shoots 81% from the line, so.
Has gotten to the line at least 100 times in each of the last 3 seasons. 4 for 4 tonight. Now 98 for 120 here in his senior season. Back to a 13-point lead for Mac as we approach the final minute of the first. Nice screen, couldn't set Duff free to the rim. There's Falkenberg, his first touch, and it seems like forever. Falkenberg sets the screen for Lytle. Good D from Kyle to prevent the long 2 attempt. Falkenberg, bully ball, no good. Ball in the miss, and he'll bring it up the floor. Spins, nice move from the mid post, and a floating 2 goes home for Ball. 10 in the first quarter for the 3rd leading scorer in the state.
Carroll's relying on Duff a lot to take care of the basketball against his press, and for the year he's a 2-to-1 assist to turnover guy, but it's 1-on-2 in the backcourt right now. That's a little tough. It's going to be a little wearing on the young man.
3rd field goal for Falkenberg, quickly up the floor. Kelly's shot from point blank range doesn't go. Out and running are the Cougars. Fellows, cross court, Falkenberg from the left side, no good, but flying in for the rebound is Lytle. Duff steps into a 3, short. Falkenberg soars. Didn't get a clean grasp on it, still able to haul in the offensive miss. Short 2, good for Lytle.
Once again, the offensive boards are being key for both teams.
Final 3 seconds of the first. Kyle doesn't get it off in time. That's the first real misstep for Maconaquah in the first. They lead by double figures as we head to the second. 3rd all-time matchup between Maconaquah and Carroll, and you're watching it here on the ISC Sports Network.
Frankfurt Eagles 976 has bingo every Wednesday night. Early birds beginning at 6 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 7 p.m. Packets are $25 and includes every game you need to play. They also have Saturday bingo the first Saturday of every month, with early birds starting at 4 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 5 p.m. Big game payouts each game with 3 to 4 chances to win different jackpot games each day. Great for individuals or groups because everyone enjoys winning lots of money. You must be 18 years or older to play.
At Day and Genda Funeral Home, we embrace change while staying true to timeless values. Our commitment to putting families first remains steadfast. With up-to-date practices and unwavering compassion, we offer the highest quality of service for your loved ones. Trust to serve your family with a classic commitment in modern times. Day and Genda Funeral Home, putting family first.
The last game for Maconaquah, their 2-point win against Northwestern last Thursday. There were a bevy of ties and lead changes in that game. 12 ties, 11 lead changes. Not as much in the first quarter as Carroll saw Maconaquah build that lead up to 10, and it stayed that way for most of the first, Coach.
One of the reasons that Carroll's given up 24 points, they've not been allowed to get their defense set. They're good help side, their communication, they clog the paint, but the fast break has been very successful for the Braves getting the ball down the court, and Carroll's not been able to set up. Hence, they've gone to a 2-3 zone to try to slow the tempo a little bit. Now they're back to man-to-man.
Falkenberg thought he had a teammate out there and threw it into row 1. Jack Kokenauer, 10 in baby blue out there right now for Maconaquah. Ball from the volleyball line. Short, rebound, put back, falls off by Kelly, but the follow is good, up and in for Maconaquah.
Yeah, we talked about the offensive boards at the beginning of the game, and both teams are getting 2 or 3 shots sometimes.
Murray on the stick back. Lead up to 13 here for Mac. Duff has been quiet here in the early going. Falkenberg had a nice end to the first. Good pass down low, and the finish is there for Carter Mullins.
They have very nice backdoor cuts. Their teammates look for each other. They have good bounce passes. That was a good finish.
2-3 zone look.
Falkenberg has to be more active just like that.
Catch and shoot 3. Kokenauer is short, but the offensive rebound will stick here for at least for a moment for Maconaquah, but it ends up in the hands of Carroll. Cason Fellows with the start here in the second quarter.
Carroll has to do a better job in their half-court offense of taking care of the basketball.
Hale got to the baseline. Falkenberg and now Fellows. 3 straight away. Spins off, and it felt like Carroll really could have used that 3 to go down to cut the deficit to single digits. Ball. Prodding. Flip out. A.J. Kelly. Another short 3 here. That's the last 2 that have been short for Maconaquah, but great hustle. They save it. Kelly unable to get the putback. It was Kokenauer that saved that opportunity. So much like we saw in the first quarter where both teams struggled to make layups, both teams have struggled from mid-range and three-point range here in the first 2 minutes and change. Falkenberg working. Hale open for a 3. Kokenauer out and running, pocket picked, and into the Carroll student section. Will stay here with the Braves.
Well, Maconaquah, it doesn't matter if it's a made basket or a rebound. They are running. All 5 kids are running down the court, and they're looking for a quick basket in transition after each offensive possession by Carroll.
Kokenauer, the only non-starter on the floor right now. You see him shuffling on the baseline for Maconaquah. He's giving Landon Adams a breather. Tried to go block to block. Stepping in front was Lytle, and he poked it out of bounds.
Yeah, both teams do a nice job of looking for each other inside the paint down low. We'll see if they can run something out of bounds here.
The biggest lead in that opening quarter for Mac was 15 points. Ball with the game-high 10 is yet to score here in the second, as Duff watching his every move. Kick out into the corner from A.J. Kyle. He gets it back on the far side of the floor. Ball goes right through the defense, goes around 3 different guys and lays it in.
Yeah, they have to keep him from driving down the lane. He's been down the lane unimpeded 3 or 4 times here in the opening half.
13-point lead, and Falkenberg has it pocket picked by Kokenauer. And then he gets fouled up on the far sideline.
Yeah, as I mentioned a few minutes ago, Carroll's being a little careless with the ball. You know, they turned their back there. They got a steal from behind. The possession before, they had a pass went out of bounds. So they just have to be conscious that the Braves are looking to steal at every opportunity.
3-2 zone now here for Carroll. Almost able to get his hands on it was Fellows. Kokenauer's short 2, too much on it. And it's Lytle with the rebound, outletting to Fellows. Head fake, Kelly didn't bite. Fellows misses, has it, and then whips it over to Duff. Head fake, nice move in midair by Aiden Duff.
Very nice finish. Duff needs to get on the board a little more frequently.
First field goal for him, he's up to 4, ball unable to answer, and then he gets called for the foul. That's number 3 on him, and he is not happy about it.
Yeah, it was a tough shot. And, you know, he's made a couple of those in the first half, but then he went over the back for the rebound, and I'm sure with 4.5 minutes to go in the first half, coach is going to have to rest him for a little bit with 3 fouls. But, you know, they're playing 5 out against the 2-3 zone. He was playing the top, so we'll see if they put somebody in the middle this time against the Carroll zone, or we'll see if Carroll goes man-to-man since he's not in the ballgame.
Looks like they're going to keep him out there, at least for the time being. Carroll going right at him. Falkenberg got the dish. Triple team on the floor, finds some help, and a banker goes in for Coy Lytle.
Good break for Carroll that time. They kept hustling, and Falkenberg had a nice pass to his buddy for a layup.
Carroll's got the deficit down to single digits for the first time since midway through that first quarter. Kelly gives it away, stolen by Lytle. Has been very active here in the first half for Carroll, and Heath tries to throw it too far ahead for one of his mates.
Yeah, it's tough when you're swapping turnovers back and forth, especially if you're down 9 points.
30-second timeout on the floor. Looks like it's going to be for Maconaquah. Formed almost 20 years ago, Healthy Communities of Clinton County remain committed to the community by offering programs geared toward a healthier tomorrow, with focus on overall health, mental health, substance abuse disorders, and reducing teen pregnancy. The goal is to make the healthy choice the easy choice. For more information, visit healthyclintoncounty.org. 9-point lead for Maconaquah. Their leading scorer on the year, Ball, playing with 3 fouls. He's leading the game, coach, with 12 points. You see him there, 25 in blue on the left side of your screen. Kind of dangerous having him in there right now with those 3 fouls. The next one would be detrimental.
Yeah. We'll see how he can play under control with the 3 fouls. But if you notice here in the second quarter, through the first half of it, the pace has slowed down a little bit. Maconaquah is not scoring as much as they did in the first quarter. Carroll's doing a much better job defensively and in the press.
As Ball drains a long 3 from the left side. He's great from out there, 35%. And a big second quarter bucket there coming out of the timeout.
That's why he's still in there.
Duff trying to keep going here. Lost it and got it back. Tight man-to-man defense for the Braves. Ball daring Duff to shoot. Puts it on the deck. Spins. Ball right there. And that's the 4th one on Josiah Ball with 3:15 remaining in the second quarter.
Well, you knew Carroll was going to go right at him. And I would have thought the young man would have made a little better decision there. But Carroll did the right thing. Kid's got 3 fouls, and you go right at him, picked up his 4th. And he has spent a little bit of time talking to the officials tonight.
First miss from the line tonight for Duff. And so Ball exits. We mentioned just mainly about Maconaquah mainly plays just their 5 starters. And then Maconaquah, who just walked into the left side of your screen. Duff misses both. Those are 2 big misses for the Cougars. But now Maconaquah's going to have to start dipping into their bench potential a little bit more than they normally do. Catch and shoot 3. Landon Adams spins off, tapped out, but another offensive rebound for Maconaquah. Shot no good, but a foul on the attempt, and here come 2 Braves free throws.
You know what? We've had some fouls tonight, a lot of fouls, and some have been unnecessary. You know, you're fouling jump shooters from the free throw line. You never want to do that. And so both teams are getting to the free throw line. We'll see who can convert.
Second one on Mullins. A.J. Kelly at the line. He is the second leading wide receiver on the Maconaquah football team this year. Second in catches, receiving yards, and touchdowns to his teammate Fuddy Kyle.
So it was a 12-point lead when Ball went out with 3 minutes to go. So let's see what happens by halftime.
1 of 2 on the trip here for Kelly. Just 61% from the stripe this year.
You would think Carroll would go in a little bit more inside because Ball's not in there with his height for a presence of rebounding and shot blocking.
Yeah, 6'6" on the bench right now. Duff tried to slip it through to Lytle. Falkenberg, tallest guy on the floor for Carroll, cut underneath the basket. Duff finds the cutter Fellows. Nice bounce pass to Falkenberg, and he's able to get the roll.
I'm very impressed by the interior passing of Carroll.
Lead for Maconaquah down to 11 as we approach 2 minutes before recess. Kelly on the handoff. Maconaquah thought about turning the corner, almost slipped at the free throw line. Pass was deflected, but still found the hands of Murray for a layup.
I think Carroll's a little confused. A couple of the kids were in zone, a couple were man-to-man, and they gave up a layup there.
Fellows looking to attack here as he gives off to Duff. Falkenberg along 2, short off the front iron.
Not a good shot for that possession.
And now Kelly pushing the issue, has a teammate wide open who lays it in. That's Adams.
You know, the Braves, they've moved the ball since ball has gone out. All 5 kids are touching the ball, and they've gotten a couple layups in the last couple trips down the court.
They've definitely started to push the pace a little bit more. Wrap pass into Duff from Fellows, and an and one opportunity coming here for Carroll.
What's nice is when Carroll drives baseline or drives the middle, their teammates go to the flash to the basket, and it's usually a bounce pass that the kid can convert for a layup, and it's been very successful here in the first half.
Let's be the first to welcome you to the Fiberhood. Mintel Fiber Optic Services offer super fast, reliable internet with gigabit speed, streaming TV packages, and voice solutions. Sign up today at www.mintel.net. That's MINTEL.net. Or call 765-296-2885 for more information. 3 from the corner off by Fuddy Kyle. But another offensive rebound. Maconaquah nearing 10 offensive boards here in the first. But going for the rebound, the foul will be called here against Carroll, and it'll keep it here with the Braves.
Well, you notice they're getting a lot of wide open looks from offensive rebounds, and that tends to happen, kick out threes. They've not been able to knock down the last couple shots, but those young men have been wide open.
Maconaquah keeping their lead at double figures with the third leading scorer in the state on the bench with 4 fouls. Driving layup no good. Hale cleans up the miss for Carroll. Less than a minute to go here in the second. Driving all the way, and fouled on the take was Hale, trying to go all 84 feet. Attention all engaged couples, discover why the Willow Creek Barn has been voted the Knott's best of weddings for 4 years in a row. Nestled just outside Frankfort, Indiana, our venue offers stunning indoor and outdoor ceremony options with breathtaking photo opportunities. We provide the perfect backdrop for your dream barn wedding. To start planning your unforgettable day, visit thewillowcreekbarn.com.
Well, we talked about in the opening about the keys being bench contributions. With some of these fouls piling up, it'll be interesting to see which 6th, 7th, and 8th men can come off the bench and help their ball club.
Free throws by Hale makes them both. And the lead is down to 10. Slipping was Kelly, turned it over, deflected to the backcourt. Lytle scoops it up, goes in. That's a quick 4-0 burst here for Carroll. 9 of them for Lytle. Maconaquah can hold for the final shot if they so desire. Kyle got to the free throw line. Thinking about it was Murray. Carroll back to the man-to-man look for the first time here in a while. Adams off to Murray. Single digits remaining here in the second. Kelly thought about doing it himself. Adams from way outside, long, and the rebound is Lytle's.
They had the ball at the end of the first quarter and second quarter. First quarter they didn't get a shot, and that was a forced 3 at the buzzer. So Carroll did a nice job of defending the last 2 possessions at the end of the first 2 quarters, and they cut the lead to 8. So we'll see if he's back on the court at the beginning of the second half with 4 fouls.
That's Ball, the third leading scorer in the state. Carroll closes the quarter on a 7-0 run, and as Coach mentioned, they're down by 8 here at the break on the ISC Sports Network.
Welcome to the Willow Creek Barn, where nature's beauty meets rustic elegance. From the moment you arrive on the property, you'll notice every detail is finely crafted to provide you with the dream wedding you've always dreamt about. From carriage and trolley rides to breathtaking aerial views via our hot air balloon, the Willow Creek Barn offers unforgettable moments that will last you a lifetime. For more information about our packages and availability, visit thewillowcreekbarn.com.
Hey there, my name is Jake Query.
And I'm Derek Schultz.
And we are part of, actually, the entirety of, at least from an on-air standpoint, Query and Schultz on the ISC Sports Network. It's appropriately named. It's charitably award-winning. And Derek, now we venture into season number 5. Hard to believe.
5 of them. 5 of them. Can you believe it? 2 best buds, talking Colts, Pacers, Indiana sports, every Tuesday night, 7:30, ISC Sports Network, and on socials as well.
It is made possible, of course, by the people who watch and listen every single week. We are most appreciative. We look forward to season number 5.
At Mulberry Telecommunications, it doesn't matter whether you play from home, learn from home, or work from home. we have you covered with fiber-fast internet. Whether you video chat to stay connected with friends and family or operate a small business, you can do so with the reliability that Mulberry Telecommunications fiber internet provides. From streaming video to regular web surfing, the possibilities really are endless. And that's a reason for all of us to celebrate. Packages start at just $49.95. Visit mintel.net to sign up today.
Former WNBA star Katie Douglas Poe is now the owner of fitness franchises that help people get healthier and more active. And even though she comes from the world of elite athletics, Katie's favorite customers are the ones pursuing modest goals. We're proud to provide her with that same kind of personal support and individual attention to her finances, which is why, when it comes to her banking, Katie is a farmer. The Farmers Bank. Let's grow.
Day and Ginda Funeral Home, proudly putting family first, strives to care and honor the families of Clinton and Carroll County in ways that share the loved one's story. In our effort to serve your family at the highest of quality, we have added our own crematories, one for your loved one and another crematory for your furry family members. Contact us for information on how we can serve your family. Day and Ginda Funeral Home, putting family first.
This is the Willow Creek Barn halftime show where nature's beauty meets rustic elegance. Fit number 15th ranked Maconaquah in Class 3A leads by 8 over halftime against number 10 Carroll out of Class 1A. Maconaquah coach had a lead of 15 points in that first quarter. The third leading scorer in the state, Josiah Ball, goes out with his 4th personal foul with about 3 minutes remaining in the second quarter. And after that, it was a lot of good things happening for the Carroll Cougars.
Yeah, it's tough when you take your best player and your leading scorer off the court. The kids did a nice job. I think they only cut the lead by 4 points. But in the second half, they have to watch fouls. They can't settle for threes. They took a lot of threes very quick, and they have to continue to pound the offensive glass. On the flip side, Carroll, they got to take care of the basketball. Against the press and in the half court, they have to convert some of their layups. They missed some layups in the first half. They got a lot of good looks, and they have to keep attacking. When they attack, good things happen.
How soon do you think we see Josiah Ball back on there? Playing with the one more he's done for the rest of the night. We saw Maconaquah play fairly decent the first couple minutes, and then once Carroll got used to not seeing the big fella out there, they really started to hit the accelerator.
I would be shocked if he's not up there for the opening tip. I think the coach is going to start with him and say, hey, you got to be careful, and we're going to roll with you.
Got to dance with who brought you, right?
Yeah.
We'll be back with more next. This is Halftime here on the ISC Sports Network, brought to you by the Willow Creek Barn. At halftime, Maconaquah leads by 8 over Carroll here on the ISC Sports Network.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
I brought you a present. A book.
Follow the adventures of the Ardente Dental team as they fight cavities, gum disease, and create beautiful, healthy smiles.
Inconceivable. Hello, my name is Dr. Snyder. You cause cavities. Prepare to die. Inconceivable.
To make your smile look straight and fine, our braces per month are just $1.99.
Inconceivable.
You keep using that word, I do not think it means what you think it means.
Have fun at Ardente Dental.
Welcome to Trinity Hope Center. Here we are actively engaged in our recovery community with a multitude of activities including peer recovery coaching, a full computer lab, grief groups, relapse prevention, pre- and postnatal support group, educational workshops for family members with addicted loved ones, expungent workshops, parent cafes, Saturday pro-social activities, recovery walk club, book club, and even video game nights. For more information, give us a call at 765-250-1845.
Meet Henry. Henry is hip. Henry loves the new Mintel TV streaming app. And check out Helen. With features like Cloud DVR, Restart, and Look Back TV, Helen never misses her favorite shows. And this is Bob. Bob can't contain his excitement for the new Mintel TV streaming app. Bob is proving that you actually can teach an old dog new tricks. What do you say, Bob? Does the Mintel TV app get a thumbs up? All right, Bobby, yo. Mintel TV, the next generation of awesome. Upgrade today.
These are your Mintel FiberFast halftime highlights. And Falkenberg got going early, but eventually, after Carroll coach cut it down to 10-7, Maconaquah blitzed their way forward to that 15-point first quarter lead. And it looked like they were going to run away and hide as they really pressed the issue a lot in that first quarter.
Yeah, Carroll was able to stay in the ball game by getting some layups. They were very unselfish past their teammates, but then they gave up so many offensive rebounds to the Braves that kept him in the game. And then even though Ball got in foul trouble, he must have had, 12, 15 points in the first half.
Had 15, had 10 of them alone in the first quarter, right on cue. There's Josiah Ball. But he'd pick up that fourth personal foul at the 3:15 mark of the second quarter. Landon Adams knocked down one of just the 3 threes in that first quarter for the Braves. You see a nice reverse layup there from Fuddy Kyle. But the three-point shooting, there was a lot of rush threes at times for Mac in that first quarter, and a couple that were wide open that just didn't go down for the visitors.
Yeah, and what happened is when the ball went out, other kids have to shoot, score, and some kids get out of rhythm, out of your role because you're trying to force things. You don't do these things in practice. You don't do these things in games, and now you're being asked to do some things that maybe you haven't had to do in the first 15, 16 games of the year.
Ball with a pretty move right there. Get ready for another pretty move on cue right here from Aiden Duff. I go up, I go under, I split two guys, and I lay it up. He only had 7 points, but he was pretty big there in the second.
Both teams were very unselfish. We had some, as I mentioned a couple times, very good interior passing by both teams, and Ball just spots up and catch and shoot three, and he's got a very pretty release. I think he's perfect from the free throw line, and Carroll struggled a little bit from the free throw line, but there's some fouls that are starting to mount up.
That'd be the last field goal for Ball, as falling over was A.J. Kelly. It'd be Lionel to pick it up. He led the way in the first half for Carroll with 9 points, 7 for Duff, and 8 for Eli Falkenberg.
And Lionel only averages 7 points a game, so they're getting some contributions from different people.
As we get ready to take one final break, we're back with the second half next here on the ISC Sports Network.
And little volley, oh my goodness, what a touch for the goal. Jumped over by Lawrence North, and they'll score on it. Oh my goodness.
Frankfurt Eagles 976, serving with the community since 1905. With over 900 members locally, Frankfurt Eagles offers something for everyone. Golf leagues, bingo, concerts, kid parties, cookouts, and more. For more information on who we are and what we do, visit FOE.com or stop by Frankfurt Eagles at 408 North Main Street, Frankfurt, Indiana.
Tonight's halftime show has been brought to you by the Willow Creek Barn, where nature's beauty meets rustic elegance. And tonight's game is brought to you by Day and Genda Funeral Home, with locations in Frankfurt, Flora, Mulberry, and Rossville. The compassionate and experienced staff at Day and Genda Funeral Home are dedicated to providing a loving and genuine environment for you to honor your loved one. For more information about our services and community involvement, please visit dayandgenda.com. Day and Genda Funeral Homes, where we put family first. So Josiah Ball not starting this third quarter here for Maconaquah. He's out with 4 personal fouls, third leading scorer in the state at averaging almost 29 per ball game. Devin Murray's 3 dies off the right side of the rim, and the three-point shooting woes continue here for Mac.
Carroll came out in a 2-3 zone, and they settled for the first open 3 they had.
Duff slithers his way in, couldn't get the layup. Both teams empty on their first possession. Adams leaking out, and he lays it in. Landon Adams, our first scorer of the second half. Falkenberg was double-teamed and then turns it over. Same 5 on the floor to end of the first half for Maconaquah's start here, as it was Fuddy Kyle that got fancy with the dribble and turned it over. Jack Gokenauer starting in place of Ball. Falkenberg turned away by Kyle.
He was a little too deep in there. He's got to get better position. He's too good a player to get buried under the backboard like that with the Braves guarding him.
Adams thought about a three, then spins it around the arc, now gets it back. Skip, Kyle, corner three, swish. First three of the night for Fuddy Kyle.
What's surprising is with ball out of the game, Carroll has decided to go to a zone, and they've given open looks in the first 2 or 3 possessions.
First 5 points of the third go to Mack. Falkenberg deterred. Quick pouncing into the corner and Hale. Falkenberg through contact, no good, but he draws the second foul on Fuddy Kyle. Take a look at that three here from Kyle, coming off of a 2 for 3 3-point shooting performance against Northwestern a week ago.
Yeah, but the 2-3 zone for Carroll has given the Braves some wide open looks to start the quarter. And I would be shocked if they don't switch back to a man-to-man, especially with Ball on the bench.
Falkenberg splits the pair. He's up to 9 points. And that's the first point of the third quarter here for Carroll. 10th ranked team in Class 1A, Maconaquah, the 15th ranked team in 3A. Murray from up top, barrels into his defender and gets called for the charge, taken by Coy Lytle.
So there's a great example of somebody doing something they haven't done all year because they're number one guys on the bench. So let me take over, see what I can do, and we'll see if Carroll can take advantage of it. But that possession, they were back to their man-to-man, which has been much more effective than their zone. You have to play a zone a lot to be effective.
Carroll looking for their first field goal of the third, blocked from behind. Falkenberg there to clean it up on the Hale miss.
I would be surprised if he doesn't have a big quarter with Ball on the bench.
11 now for Falkenberg, first double-figure man for Carroll. Hop step into the paint, Kelly off the window. He had 33 points when these teams met a year ago. That's points 4 and 5. Can he be the man to fill the scoring role with Ball on the bench? Pass a little bit off target, stolen by Maconaquah. And then Duff deflects that one into the Mac bench.
Yeah, that was a tough pass. He was trying to get through a couple defenders. He saw Falkenberg down the block, but just didn't get there.
You can see Ball sitting right in the middle of the bench there for Mac in those red sneakers. Got the fourth foul as driving in Devin Murray. He's up to 11 now for the Braves. 14-point lead, one off the biggest one of the night for Mac. Duff answers on the other end with a long two.
Well, Mac has quit settling for three-pointers. Now they're driving to the basket, and they've gotten a couple baskets here in the last couple of possessions.
Murray wanted to pull up three. Instead deals it off to Kelly. Goes right down the lane. Falkenberg tried to delete it, and then Kelly pulled down hard to the floor. He'll go to the line twice the hard way.
Well, no matter if you hit the kid or not, when you smack that hard, you're going to get a foul. All the referee sees is that arm coming down.
And that's who it's on. It's on Falkenberg. That big windup drew everybody's eyes. Kelly back to his feet. Good to see. He's 1 of 2 back in the first half from the line.
We have a pretty vocal crowd tonight.
They're lively on a Tuesday.
Yes. You know, I think we have more than three striped shirts in the building tonight.
A lot of people auditioning. Kelly cannot get either one, so he has missed 3 free throws in a row. A 12-point deficit for Carroll as they attack on the baseline. Hale spins, Duff, little nod head fake, slips it through, Falkenberg off glass.
Yeah, he sets up camp down there, and his teammates know where to find him, and he's done a much better job of converting.
Kelly on the other end, no good, and Falkenberg right there for the miss, and now here's Duff pushing the issue. Trying to go all 84 feet, up high, doesn't get the home court bounce, but another foul going against the Maconaquah Brave.
Boy, that young man did a nice job of switching the ball to his left hand to finish with an offhand and get to the line for 2 free throws. Almost an and one.
We saw Duff have that wonderful splitting move back in the first half. And cannot find the bounce there.
Carroll struggled from the free throw line a little bit tonight.
Foul against Murray, his second.
Be curious when he hits this free throw, if they press a little bit, especially with ball out. Oh, we'll never know, will we?
So both teams a little struggle from the free throw line here in the third. Murray attacks, spins, dances off, and now he's slow to get up on the other end as Hale has the rebound and he presses the issue. Another Maconaquah player falls down. It's 5-on-3. Falkenberg bullies it in and gets the soft bounce. He's got 15 points, but Devin Murray, who's had a really blossoming senior year, is down on the other end as folks in the stands starting to voice their displeasure.
Yeah, whenever the other team has the ball, the refs cannot stop the game, even though it's a 5-on-4 situation where one team has the advantage. So the refs did the right thing at that situation, as if they need me to tell them.
I'm sure they're glad that you're giving them some positive reinforcement.
Yeah, they're glad I'm in the booth now and not on the sideline. I can tell you that.
Still no Josiah Ball, third leading scorer in the state, plays for Maconaquah, picked with that fourth foul with about 3 minutes remaining in the second, has not played here in the third. His team's won his 15-point lead, now down to 8. Murray back to his feet, holding there on the far side of the floor.
But they keep probing. They're doing a nice job probing without him in the game, and they've been able to get to the basket for a few layups that they've converted here in the third quarter.
Kelly wants to dance with Fellows, and a charge coming, even though the basket counts. Wave it off. And that's the third one on A.J. Kelly, the second leading scorer for Maconaquah. As Lytle got right there in the nick of time and set those feet.
That's the help side defense that we talked about at the beginning of the broadcast, and the communication. They clogged the paint, and that was a wonderful job of that young man drawing a charge.
Duff tried to go right down Main Street, finds a cutter. Fellows on the baseline, no good. Falkenberg, and one opportunity for the big fella.
So once Carroll started going to the basket here in the third quarter, good things have happened. They've gotten to the free throw line, they've converted layups, and the fouls are starting to build up on the Braves.
Third one on Fuddy Kyle, the fifth one on Maconaquah, so we're the final 3-11. Carroll shooting free throws here as they try to knock off one of the top teams in Class 3A.
Well, Maconaquah is going to see, I believe, if they can go the last 3 minutes and 11 seconds with Ball on the bench and bring him out for Q4. But if they can hold on a little bit, it was 12, now it's cut to 6 with a chance to cut to 5. Now we're at 5.
18 for Eli Falkenberg. And this is the closest that Carroll has been to Maconaquah since they trailed 10-7 back, or 12-7 back in that first quarter.
And they have not pressed in the third quarter.
Cutting, Murray, no good. One-hand rebound, Fellows. An opportunity to make it a one-possession game here for the 1A Carroll Cougars.
They have to keep going to the basket, Carroll, to cut into this lead.
Fellows wraps to Falkenberg, spins, short shot, good, and Falkenberg has come to life here in the third, scoring 12 of his 20.
Yeah, the Braves have nobody that can handle him on the baseline.
Shot no good on the other end, and here comes Carroll with an opportunity to tie or cut the deficit to 1. Lytle wants the tie and gets it. Timeout on the floor. Coy Lytle with a cold-blooded 3 knots us at 45 apiece with 2:21 remaining here in quarter 3.
Well, you notice the type of shots that Carroll's getting. They're wide open looks from the outside. They're going inside. Falkenberg has kind of taken over the game on the inside. The focus was on him on that transition. Set up a wide open 3 for his teammate. Now we have a tie ball game. But I'm guessing that Coach Burris is going to wait another, 120 seconds before he puts in ball and start him out fresh in Q4. But what a delightful comeback by the Carroll Cougars here in the third quarter.
Carroll has outscored Maconaquah 17-9 here in the stanza. If you need quality work from a qualified company, then look no further than Tornado Roofing. We offer free estimates, financing, and even to handle insurance claims. Give us a call at 765-670-6440 or visit tornadoroof.com for more information.
It's a bit puzzling why the Braves haven't pressed in the third quarter. I know Ball's on the bench, but that press really bothered Carroll in the first half, and now they're getting out and running up and down the court pretty much at will.
And on cue, Josiah Ball back on the floor for Maconaquah. You see him, the red sneakers, cutting on the baseline. Kyle, contested 3, nope. Tapped out of bounds, almost hits the little guy in the head, and it's last touched by Maconaquah. Everything coming up Carroll here in the third.
I would be shocked if Carroll doesn't go right after him to try to get the 5th foul.
A 14-0 Carroll run right now is knotted at 45. Baseline attack. Lytle just tied us at 45 to the big man Falkenberg, who's been spectacular in the third, and it continues. A 14-point quarter for Falkenberg, and Carroll's retaken the lead. They get 16 unanswered here by the Cougars. First lead of the night for the home team. You see the foul there, a push by Kason Fellows against the attacking Josiah Ball.
Yeah, Ball has to be careful here that he doesn't pick up his 5th on a charge, because I'm sure he's a little frustrations pent up a little bit being on the bench for the last basically quarter and a half.
Mm-hmm.
And he's used to playing 32 minutes a game.
Yeah, left at the 3:15 mark of the second, all of halftime, that didn't come in until about 40 seconds ago. His 2 free throws tie us up at 47. Those are the first points in some time here for Maconaquah. Falkenberg, ball thrown into traffic, couldn't get there. Lytle jumped in and almost had the steal in the backcourt. Instead, it's another turnover by the Cougars.
Another nice feed to Falkenberg. He couldn't quite corral it to go up for a layup, but I'm going to say Ball is going to look to score it once again.
Carroll back in the man-to-man look. 3 guys converge on Ball as he cuts across. Nice drive on the baseline, and Kyle with the finger roll.
But Ball running through there took the eyes away from the basketball, and the kid got a nice little baseline layup.
2-3 zone for Maconaquah. Lytle, Mullins, knocked away, able to pitch it back to Falkenberg. Banker doesn't go. Ball in the miss. Remember playing with the 4 foul. Stop and pop just outside the free throw line. No. Duff has the miss. Now here comes Carroll with an opportunity to tie. Duff goes right around the defender and knots us at 49. Ball gets it back. Right there on the catch is Fellows. Duff comes over to help. Adams back out there from Maconaquah. No look dish, and Kelly gets the basket and the harm.
That was all caused by Ball's attention on the wing. They double-teamed him 2 passes prior. Backdoor cut, great pass, and a layup, and now a chance to get to the free throw line and convert the lead to 3 points.
Third one on Carter Mullins of Carroll. Kelly has struggled from the line. He's missed 3 in a row. Able to start a new streak by making the free throw there and converting the 3-point play. He's up to 8. And a little bit of breathing room here for Maconaquah in the final 30 seconds of the third. Braves back in the zone on the road tonight here at Carroll. Fellows. Ball sent back to the near side with Duff.
You want to start your play with about 8 seconds to go.
Into Falkenberg, over contact, soft finish, and Falkenberg's up to 24. Ball with one last gasp, off balance, he's fouled, and he'll get 3 free throws with 0.8 of a second remaining in the third.
Boy, if you're the Carroll coach, you are not pleased that your young man fouled him on a 30-footer with 0.8 seconds to go, because this young man shoots about 81% from the free throw line, and I wouldn't be surprised if we have a 4-point lead going into Q4.
Third one on Duff. A swish from Josiah Ball.
You just can't give the referee an opportunity to make that call. It's a good call.
Carroll students trying to get in Ball's head. He is undeterred. So Falkenberg, who has been spectacular, scoring 16 of his 24 here in the third. But Ball has come back, and in the final 2 minutes and change, knocks down all 3 free throws. Opportunity for a catch and shoot, chucking from three-quarter court. Lytle hard off the window. And we go to the fourth. Maconaquah saw their lead evaporate. They have a 4-point advantage as we go to the final quarter here on the ISC Sports Network.
Rondell Sims is a successful entrepreneur and beloved grandpa, in part because he's responsive and attentive. That also just happens to be what he looks for in a financial partner. And when it comes to his bank, Rondell is a farmer.
For the barn wedding of your dreams, you need to experience our country estate, where nature's beauty meets rustic elegance. Schedule your tour today at thewillowcreekbarn.com. Voted the Knot Best of Weddings for 3 years straight. At Tornado Roofing, we provide a complete range of services defined by quality, innovation, and expertise. We offer free estimates, have financing available, and handle insurance claims. Tornado Roofing is more than a name. It's a family-owned and operated business known for its committed customer service and expectation of going beyond our clients' needs. Our work is backed by a customer satisfaction guarantee to provide you with peace of mind. For more information, visit tornadoroof.com or call 670-6440. At Tornado Roofing, we believe in putting a strong roof over your head.
At one point in the third quarter, Carroll had gone on a 16-0 run to flip a 14-point hold to a 2-point lead, but Maconaquah able to close the third quarter on a 10-4 spurt of their own, fueled by 5 Josiah Ball free throws. As both teams turn it over here in the early going of the fourth, Falkenberg right in for Carroll, hammered, and he continues to be red hot here in the second half.
Yeah, he dropped the ball for a turnover. They got it back on the transition, and then he goes in for a layup, and he's pretty much unstoppable in the paint. Strong young man.
That's the fourth one on Fuddy Kyle. Top rebounder and shot blocker on the year for Maconaquah. And just like that, it's a one-point game. Ball too short on the other end, gets his own miss, goes up and over Falkenberg, and there's his first second-half field goal.
What's interesting, he's driving, and he went up for the offensive rebound with 4 fouls. Got by with it, got it put back, and now it's back to the 3-point lead.
Picked up that fourth foul, 3:15 left in the second. Then Duff looked like he was going to turn it over, but he looks like he's going to get bailed out by a kicked ball by the Maconaquah defense. Carroll a little bit sloppy to start here in Q4. Duff had Mullins wide open, cutting down the heart of the lane, and almost turned over. Duff for a 3 to tie it. Too much on that one, and the rebound is Balls.
He's going to drive to the basket once again.
Duff read the pass back and able to steal it from Ball. Outletting, here comes Fellows. A 1-on-2 off glass, and it stays down.
Yeah, Ball had to be very careful not get his 5th foul on that turnover.
You saw him try to go for the steal and then checked up right at the last moment. Back to a zone here for Carroll. It's been kind of hit or miss for the Cougars tonight when they've gone zone. Ball from way outside. Lytle right there watching his every move. Fellows almost able to try to intercept the pass, going right down the lane, and a roller goes for Murray.
That was all as a result of the gamble in the pass. Sometimes you gamble and you don't get it, and it converts for a layup for the other team.
Maconaquah in the zone. Long bounce pass, touch off to Falkenberg, off of 1 foot, and the senior has been putting on a show here in the second half. On the other end, Ball trying to answer, cannot. Duff has the miss, and Carroll with an opportunity to retake the lead. Driving right in Fellows, and he's blocked from behind, but he was fouled on the way there, and free throws coming for Kaysen Fellows with an opportunity to take the lead.
Yeah, Carroll continues to attack. They're getting layups, they're getting to the free throw line, and the Braves have settled a little bit. They're a little bit stagnant. I think they're worrisome of the 5th foul for Ball, but you got to continue to play.
Free throws have not been kind to Fellows this year, now just 2 for 11 on the campaign. So the best he can do is tie us at 59. Just one lead for Carroll today. That was at 47-45, back in the third. 6 to go here in the fourth, a fun one from Flora, Indiana tonight. In the paint, off balance, can't get the and one, but another slashing move by A.J. Kelly.
So what's happened the last couple 3 possessions for Carroll is as they sit in this zone, they become a little more passive, and they become ball watchers. So the kids are watching the ball as opposed to, that was a great weak side cut past the middle. Now the kid's going to shoot a couple free throws. But when you're in a zone, you got to match up. You got to find a man and know where everybody is. But they become what we call ball watchers, staring at the ball, and the ball is not always going to be where the action is.
Kelly has had his struggles from the line tonight. He is now just 2 of 6 from the stripe. Comes in
Carroll
shooting.
needs to block out here and get a rebound.
Came in shooting just 61%. Was pretty good last game against Northwestern. Able to split the pair and get Mac back in front.
If I'm Carroll, I got to continue to go inside to Falkenberg. There's nobody down there that can stop him.
You can see about 3 or 4 blue jerseys hanging around Falkenberg. They still get it into him. Can't finish. Got bumped a little bit on the shot. Ball tapped and rebounded by Kyle. Here's Josiah Ball, leading scorer in the state a year ago, 3rd leading scorer this season. Still playing with the 4 personal fouls. Kelly got a man in the air, able to finish, and draws the foul against Falkenberg. Nice move by A.J. Kelly.
Yeah, if I'm Carroll, I have to go back to man-to-man. I've become too passive. I'm giving up layups. I'm giving up fouls. And I know Ball's really good. He's going to get his points, but your other 4 defenders have to help out.
Kelly with 11, trying to get a dozen. Halfway down and out, and his free throw struggles to continue. His 5th miss from the stripe tonight. Maconaquah in the zone. They've been in this zone for the majority of our second half.
Well, they're in a zone to protect Bell.
Duff, big time triple, ties us at 62.
Yeah, I think Maconaquah is in a zone to protect Ball. Carroll needs to get out of the zone to get some rhythm back into their defense because they're letting too many unimpeded cuts go to the basket for layups.
Confident shot from Duff, 35% from out there this year. A little fall away Selly from the Carroll student section. 30-second timeout taken by Carroll. We want to thank our friends at Healthy Communities of Clinton County, where recovery is possible. If you or someone you love is struggling with addiction, reach out to Healthy Communities at 659-6063 or at www.healthyclintoncounty.org. 3 in double figures for Carroll, 29 for Falkenberg. That leads the game. 14 for Duff, just now in the 3-12 for Lytle. 3 in double digits for Maconaquah. Ball with 22, Murray with 13, and Kelly with 11.
Well, I'm not on either bench, but if I'm on Carroll's bench, I'm going to man-to-man. If I'm on Maconaquah's bench, I'm going to my press.
And a reach and foul as Carroll still in that zone defense. It's number 1 on Carson Hale, 3rd one against Carroll here in the second quarter, or the fourth quarter, excuse me. Cross-court pass. Kelly's been the main scorer the last couple times down the floor for the Braves. He gets it up top from Kyle. Ball open, 3 in front of his bench, and he rattles that one in. Maconaquah back in front by 3. Duff hit a 3 from this spot just last time down the floor. Hale bluffs to Falkenberg over 2 men. Doesn't go. He's missed his last couple shots. Good work to get the offensive rebound out to Duff there by his teammate Carson Hale. Maconaquah content to sit in this 2-3 zone and deny touches to Falkenberg, who's carved him up here in the second half. 21 of his 29 here after halftime. 3-point shot doesn't go. Outlet 3-on-1 for Maconaquah. Ball right at the rim after the Lytle miss. 5-point lead for Mac. Back up the floor comes Carroll. A low bouncer almost turned over. And it is on the sideline. Last touched by Hale as the ball was at his feet.
Carroll has had the wrong young men shooting the basketball in the last couple possessions. I know they've been open, but there's a reason.
And after sprinting up and down the floor in the opening corner, A.J. Kelly and Maconaquah more than happy to take some air out of the ball here, nursing a 5-point lead just under the halfway point. Back in the zone look goes Carroll. Ball. Duff comes out to defend him. Ball goes right to the rim. Nice move, and he got bumped in midair by Falkenberg. 3rd one on Eli.
You got to give the young man credit. Even with 4 fouls, he's still attacking the basket. He's been able to get there. Last time he had a nice spot-up 3. So he has a very nice offensive portfolio that he's put to full use tonight.
2 of 2 from 3-point range. Had 15 in the first half, even though he didn't play the final 3-15 because of that 4th personal foul. Has done the majority of his damage here in the second half from the free throw line.
It's amazing how much better the other 4 players have been on the court when he's back out there.
11 of 11 from the line tonight is Josiah Ball, the future Bethel pilot. Bethel leading the very talented Crossroads League in the NAI this year, top 10 team in the country to boot for Steve Draven's bunch.
Yeah, this zone has been put in to protect him with 4 fouls, but what it's done, it has gotten Carroll very, very stagnant on offense. There we have a travel, we've had a turnover, and Carroll's not cutting. And it was basically designed to protect Ball from getting his 5th foul. It's really helped their defense.
Duff got the hoop, but waved off like Coach mentioned on the travel. Carroll has been out of sorts here in the last couple of minutes after the Duff 3 tied it at 62. It's been 7 straight for Maconaquah, and now 9 straight after a twisting and turning bucket from guess who, Josiah Ball. Duff, a 3, short. Long rebound out to Adams. Up the floor, nobody home. Falkenberg came in and smacked it off the glass. Looks like they're going to get him for the foul as Murray leaked out behind the Carroll defense.
Yeah, a little frustration there.
Came in and got him on the shoulder as he was going for the block. That's the 4th one on Falkenberg.
You notice how they've built their lead? Falkenberg has not seen the ball for Carroll. The last 4 or 5 possessions, it was a tie game at, 62, and now they've sprouted off, 11 straight points?
Yep, 11 now after that free beat.
Yeah, you have to go back to number 34. He's got to be active.
The zone's right there. You see the top 2 guys clamping right down on Falkenberg. Duff wheels his way around the defense.
Duff has had a very good second half.
He's had the last 5, for Carroll as Kelly and Fellows collide. That stops the 11-0 spurt for Maconaquah. Fellows with the foul all the way out near midcourt. Maconaquah already in the bonus here with 2 and change left. Let's be the first to welcome you to the Fiber Hood. Mintel Fiber Optic Services offer super fast, reliable internet with gigabit speeds, streaming TV packages, and voice solutions. Sign up today at www.mintel.net. That's MINTEL.net. Or call 765-296-2885 for more information.
So did you say this is only the 3rd time they've played?
Correct, in the last 40 years.
Well, it's pretty chippy for only playing 3 times. Very chippy. The crowd, the players, good ball game.
First time they met was back in 2021. Carroll won 60-46. Last year, Maconaquah won by 25, 85-60 on their home floor. Time not the friend of the Cougars right now as they trail by 9. Nice passing around the arc, but a 3-point shot short from Coy Lytle. He had a big 3 back in the 3rd quarter, but the offense has started to sputter here in the 4th. Here for the home team, the Carroll Cougars. 100 seconds left as Maconaquah starts to play keep away. Pass behind ball, gets it, attacks, goes right to the rim. Can't get the finish, but he'll gladly take the 5th foul on Eli Falkenberg, and his night's over.
Yeah, the young man's had a really good game. They went away from him in the 4th quarter, and the lead balloon from a tie ball game to a 12-point.
To make it just the 4th on Falkenberg. First miss from Ball from the free throw line tonight. So good news for Carroll. Falkenberg still in there, but down 9 with 94 seconds left. They have got to start pushing the issue quick and try to figure out some way to figure out this zone defense of Mac. Right back on the horse is Ball. He's up to 32 points here tonight. His 9th 30-point game of the year. 10-point hole for Carroll. They trailed by double figures for the majority of the first half.
They're really closed down on the 3-point shooters, but they need to look inside. They need a good shot inside.
Duff, 3, short, and a one-and-done rebound is A.J. Kelly's. With a minute left to go, Kelly trying to put a defender on skates. Ball attacks, floats. No good. Trying to tap the miss to himself. Falkenberg, long outlet pass. Here's Fellows, right to the rim. And a timeout here for the Cougars as they trail by 8 with 54.5 seconds left to go.
It's one of the more vocal crowds we've heard this year at a basketball game, and very competitive.
Maconaquah 12-4 on the year. They're undefeated in the Three Rivers Conference. They're 6-0. They're trying to track down first place and the 5th-ranked team in Class 2A, Manchester, in their conference. Carroll, meanwhile, 4-1 in the Hoosier Heartland. They're a half game back of second place, Clinton Prairie. So both teams stepping out of conference play tonight. Carroll starts their final homestand of the year this evening. They get Sheridan and Taylor over the next week. Coming up for Maconaquah after tonight, they're home to Southwood on Valentine's Day, and they alternate home and road games throughout the end of the year.
Well, Carroll is 13-3 this year, so they're having a really good season, and you would think it'd be a little bit of a rebounding year, rebuilding, because they had 3 seniors last year that they lost that averaged over 42 points a game, and they're still battling tonight, against a larger 3A school. They're 13-3 and 4-1 in their conference. So Coach Adam has done a wonderful job of getting some new players in the rotation and leaning on Falkenberg to lead the way. But what a nice job of coaching.
On the other side for Maconaquah, how happy do you think John Burris has to be? I mean, his senior leaders, the 5 senior starters, and then the freshman Gokenauer, as ball fouled. But they got hit with that 16-0 run, saw their lead go poof goodbye in the third, and they've responded in a big way here since ball returned in the third quarter, playing with the 4 fouls.
Well, you got to give a lot of credit to the Braves role players. They kind of held down the fort while Ball was on the bench, and then he came back in and does what he does, which is score points. And they let him get loose for a couple drives. He knocked down a 3. I think he's probably had 6 to 8 points from the free throw line here in the fourth quarter. So the kid knows how to score.
Able to knock down that freebie. 13 of 15 from the line tonight with a game-high 33 points. And there's an interception as A.J. Kelly dives in. We mentioned it's the 9th 30-point game of the year for Ball. He has now done that in 4 of the last 6 games for Mac. All-time leading scorer for Ball at Maconaquah High School came into the night at just over 1,800 points. The way he's going, he should get to 2,000. It feels like maybe by the end of next week. Season high for him was 39 earlier this year.
Yeah, his buddies are going to have to do a little better job from the free throw line once the tournament starts, because there's a lot of games in the tournament that come down to the free throws. Fortunately, there's no more 1-and-1, so they all get 2 shots. It's like being at the fair.
Kelly has struggled from the line tonight. He is just 3 of 12 from the stripe here this evening.
Well, he did not win a teddy bear.
No. 9-point lead, now down to 7. A little runner there from Duff. Full court press, first time that Carroll's put that on tonight. And Kelly will get some more free throw work here. It's the one blemish on his season resume, shooting 47% from the field, 18 per game, points per game. Pretty good offensive rebounder, good assist man, leader in steals, but shoots just 61% from the free throw line. And no one out of the rotation outside of Ball shooting above the mid-60s when it comes to the free throw line.
I thought the turning point was when Carroll went from their man-to-man to their zone. They got a little stagnant on both ends of the court. Maconaquah was able to drive the basket to the ball to the rim. Obviously, ball coming back in aided their effort, but that really changed the complexion of the game.
And Ball's done all of this with those 4 personal fouls that he picked up in the first half. 3 from Fellows is rebounded by Ball, and he'll dribble out the final couple of seconds here as Maconaquah will pick up their 2nd win in a row, their 7th out of their last 9, and Carroll will drop their 2nd game out of their last 3, falling to 13-4 overall. Maconaquah moves to 13-4 as we jump right in to the Willow Creek Barn post-game show where nature's beauty meets rustic elegance and a big-time comeback. Taylor really a first half, the third quarter, and then the closing in the fourth there as Carroll came back. They took the lead at 47-45, their first lead of the night, thanks to a 16-0 run. But eventually, once Maconaquah got their feet back underneath them, Coach, it was too much Braves.
Yeah, they jumped out big with ball. Ball went to the bench. Carroll caught up. Ball came back in, and they ran away for a 9-point victory. But a very good ball game by both teams. I thought Carroll played well, given the fact that they came in only averaging, 50, 52 points a game and put up 68. And they just struggled a little bit taking care of the basketball. And the Braves, they have to hit free throws. But what a wonderful game by Ball.
You look at Maconaquah, or you look at Carroll, they took that lead 47-45. They gave up the lead once it got tied at 47. They lost the lead at 49-47. They never got the lead back. The best they could do was tie. The last tie was at 62 apiece thanks to an Aiden Duff 3. Maconaquah would close the game on a 15-6 run.
Yeah, that toward the end, Carroll forced up some three-pointers. They went away from Falkenberg. He got him back in the game in the third quarter, and he hardly touched the ball in the fourth quarter. And when the kids got it going that well, they had nobody in that could take care of him, defend him, and especially with 4 fouls on Ball.
Yeah, Falkenberg had 16 of Carroll's 23 points in that third. But tonight this was too much. Josiah Ball, who's our Mulberry Telecommunications player of the game. He had 15 points in the first half before he left at the 3:15 mark of the second quarter with his 4th personal foul. Coach, tonight he finishes with his 9th 30-point game of the year. He finishes with a game-high 33 this evening.
He'll have a few more 30-point games this year.
It was his 4th out of his last 6 as he bounces back from his lowest scoring output of the year last time out when he had 12 against Northwestern. Maconaquah wins. They pick up their 2nd all-time victory against Carroll. They've now won 7 out of their last 9 games. Special thanks to our great crew director, Sean Walker. Graphics by Sam Law. Camera operator tonight was Elijah Mash. For our analyst, Bob Messlin, the coach, my name is Rick Johnson. Thank you so much for tuning in to Indiana High School basketball tonight on the ISC Sports Network. We'll talk to you again down the road.
Tonight's game is presented to you in parts by the Frankfurt Eagles. Post 976, they are people helping people. By Day and Ginda Funeral Home, proud supporters of high school athletics in Clinton and Carroll County. By the healthy communities of Clinton County, making the healthy choice the easy choice. By Mulberry Telecommunications, Mintel Fiber Optic Services offer the best gig in town. By the Farmers Bank, where you don't have to be a farmer to be a farmer. Let's grow. By the Willow Creek Barn, providing a picturesque setting for the barn wedding of your dreams. And by Tornado Roofing, specializing in residential and commercial roofing and repair.
And little volley, oh my goodness, what a touch for the goal. Kept by Lawrence North, and they'll score on it.